the marketing landscape changed again. Your digital campaigns are no longer as effective, and the AI technologies are destroying all the organic traffic to your website. But there is a beacon of light, the creators on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and other platforms. But is this the right move for your company? And should you consider making creators your partners in the company?
I want us to get better at content, right? I think we're going to see a lot of brands die who can't tell a story. And Ridge got to where it is because like we were really good at digital marketing. Like that was like our core competency, and other brands outsourced that. We got really good at digital marketing very early on. That was a core competency to be successful at D2C. And I think 2024 is the sort of a new era where that same core competency is now short form video in content production.
Data regulation laws and the changing nature of a consumer preferences severely limit the impact of the marketing campaigns. In the meantime, creators developed strong parasocial relationships with their audiences. Millions of viewers relate to their favorite YouTuber as if they were their closest friend. Creators themselves develop a strong feeling for who their audience is, what are their likes, dislikes, and the most intelligent creators also know exactly the value viewers seek to receive every time they interact with their favorite creator. Finally, creator economy matured, and we've seen creators launch their own major brands or even acquire legacy businesses in their niche. So the short answer is resounding yes. You should definitely explore the ways by which you can partner with the creators and maybe even make them partners in your business as long as your cap table has some space on it. Let's face it, data loss will only get stricter. AI technologies will soon remove the need to interact with a lot of the UIs across different websites, so you won't have places to put your inventory of ads. But it's not that simple, and there are a few considerations I want you to make as you think about partnering up with a creator and potentially even bringing them on as an equity holder. Here are 3 areas you need to focus on first. Define the role and the responsibilities. You must ensure that you, your team, and the creator are all on the same page about how deeply would the creator engage, how much time would they spend every month on your projects, and how far would they go to represent your brand publicly. To inform that, the first step is with you. As a brand owner, you should sit down with your leadership team and outline the best case outcome. Do you want more sales, higher brand awareness, higher NPS scores, all of the above? You are likely giving up equity to bring the creator on, so you want to ensure you're clear with yourself on what you'd want to see in return. Don't leave any room for assumptions, and if you cannot clearly define the KPIs of that deliverable from the creator, I think you're not ready. You will create a very frustrating relationship between the creator, your leadership team, and yourself. Clarify those first, and then move on to the next step. Pilot the relationship. Like in romantic relationships, you don't want to marry the person the first day you meet them. Okay, I hear my Middle Eastern and Indian brothers and sisters, but it is true, at least my truth. You want to see what the relationship is like, and you want to have that first toothbrushes in the wrong place fight before you tie the knot. Rich did exactly that with Marquise Brownlee.
We waited like 5 months to announce this thing, right? We wanted to make sure we had not only content, but like we were working well together and like we were clicking as teams before we ended up going live with it. I think the worst thing you could do is rush one of these things.
For some creators, this kind of partnership will be the first, and there's a high probability same applies to your company. Test run this partnership by either setting a 3 to 6 month campaign or create an exit clause in the agreement that expires 3 to 6 months from now, giving an easy exit to yourself and the creator in case things don't go as well as expected. As the market matures and we see more of this kind of relationships, I don't think this will be a must-have step, but for now, as we're still feeling ourselves through all of these new type of relationships and business partnerships, just ensure you trial it to give yourself the best chance to succeed. Cash is still required. Oh, you might have thought that opening up a space on the cap table allows you to save cash and not pay the creator to run the ads for your brand on their channel. Well, not so fast. Creators who would be a good fit for your brand are likely full-time creators running their own channel. They are very likely to have an overhead they need to cover. Creative and business hires, rent, equipment, and numerous software subscriptions, to name a few. Sponsorships and AdSense is how most of the creators cover that overhead. By working closer with your brand, the creator will likely say no to many opportunities that would otherwise generate a much needed cash for their business. So your partnership cannot just offer the equity. there will have to be a cash component to it to empower the creator to spend more time on your brand, while the cash investment provides them with the inflow that they need to cover that overhead. This is why I started with the expectations, then I spoke about trialing the relationships, and now finally I want to set expectations that besides the equity, you do need to have that cash component. It's a lot of investment, a lot of time and resources that you're going to have pulled into this. This work is a lot more involved and it's a lot more complex than just paying a bill to Google or Meta for their ads. But long term, creator relationships and the partnership that you will develop with the creator in your niche, I'm confident will yield a much better long-term value. This may sound like a lot, but marketing evolved multiple times in the past. We used to yell out our product in the major public market, then eventually transitioned into the newspapers, TV ads, digital ads. Now we're slowly transitioning into the version of marketing that is supported by the creators and AI. And sure, things will change again, but I don't think that the creators will give up their central position to marketing in the next couple of years. And moreover, your area is probably still growing, or there is a lot of interest in seeing new entries into the industry. So there's always a potential that the creators who cover your niche will eventually find other opportunities or will come up with their own version of the company for the products and the services that you provide. So all that distribution firepower in form of subscribers that the creator brings to the table will either be supporting other brand or their own brand, or they will be supporting your company. The decision really ultimately relies with you and whether you think this kind of partnership is appropriate and how well you execute the steps that I've mentioned in this video. If you're curious, reach out to me if you'd like to talk more about how could you potentially go about creating this kind of partnerships with one of the creators in your niche, and I'll see you next Saturday. Peace.